And turning to our latest installment of TikTok Health, where we investigate all the latest health trends taking that popular social media app by storm. Tonight, we're going to start off with all things juicing. Is juice actually good for you? Is it bad for you? Is there a right way to drink these juices? Some TikTokers obviously have thoughts.
Anyone can sell you a juice, but will they tell you how to drink it?
Juicing is a great way to increase the amount of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Let's talk about the bad things associated with juicing. First of all, it takes the fiber out of the food, and that's not always a good thing, because fiber delays the absorption of sugar.
The benefits of the juice come from the antioxidants and the phytochemicals in those fruits and vegetables. And when they're starting to break down like this, they're not the good at this.
Let's bring in our NBC News medical reporter, Dr. Akshay Sayal. Dude, I love drinking weird health stuff with you. Do you want the one with chia seeds, or do you want the orange one?
You know, the orange one. I'm a mango guy. Let's do it.
All right. So obviously this is cold pressed juice, very expensive because we're in LA. It tastes like celery. Mine tastes. You got the right choice.
Hey, this is delicious.
Okay.
It's a little.
All right.
Too
So
good.
that's delicious.
It's a little too good. Yeah.
But is it good for you? Like, should you be juicing every time you start to get sick? Should you be juicing when you're trying to lose weight? Like, is this a health tonic? You know,
I think juicing kind of goes in phases, right? This sort of ebbs and flows, and some people are like really into it, and then take a break, and then it comes back. So here's the sort of skinny on juicing, right? It is true, yes, you get more fruits and vegetables in your diet if you do juice, if you have a juicer at home and you're making your own your own stuff. The problem, Gotti, and they alluded to this in the TikTok, is the fiber, right? Fiber is really, fiber is the one thing in the American diet we just aren't eating enough of, right? Less than 10% of people in this country get enough fiber. And why is that important here, right? If you eat a batch of blueberries, you're going to get all that fiber, and you're going to get, the sugar associated with it. So that fiber slows down how fast that sugar enters your bloodstream, which means less of a big insulin spike, overall better for your health. With this, the worry is it's just a batch of sugar going right into your body. So while you may be getting some vitamins with it, you're getting a whole lot of sugar. You're going to get a high insulin response, which could turn to fat.
Even though it's like, organic, fresh pressed sugar, it's still sugar?
You've lived in LA too long, my friend.
I sure have. Not long enough that I actually think this is delicious, but that one looks good. Meanwhile, the other craze that we're looking at, like vitamins. As a Flintstone kid, I don't even know how this is a debate, but all of a sudden I'm starting to rabbit hole down whether vitamins are even good for you. What's the verdict? Actually, I think we've got some video before we get your expert advice here. Let's take a look at that.
I hate when people say, no, you should never take a multivitamin, it's a waste of money. I really don't think it hurts you if you take one every day. Worst case, if you already have the nutrients that you needed for the day, you're pretty much just gonna pee it out.
There's no harm in giving a multivitamin, it's just really not necessary for most children. And it all comes down to how our body absorbs and recognizes the things that we intake via mouth.
Okay, so I have kids, and their little multivitamin it's delicious, and so they see it as a treat. So I'm always like, eat your dinner, you can get your multivitamin. If we take that out of the equation, I'm going to lose my incentive. But what's the doctor advice?
So I'm curious, it's almost like a reward for them, the vitamin.
Yeah, the vitamin is a reward because we don't want to give them candy after every, in the morning. But this is our way of doing that.
Yeah. So what I would say is for most people who are eating a balanced diet, it is true you don't necessarily need a multivitamin, but where this gets really interesting is it's not so much your kids' age, Gotti, but it's older adults. There's been a few randomized controlled studies, meaning the gold standard of research, that have found that if you give older adults a multivitamin, you can actually improve their memory and cognition in test scores. And so, the multivitamins are kind of like what we were just talking about with juicing, right? One day they're good for you, the next day they're bad for you, the next day it's sort of mixed. And where I tell my patients is if you're going to take one, I'm not going to stop you. There is a chance that it could help you. Just be careful and know what you're buying. There's a lot of third-party supplement manufacturers out there that sort of verify or test these brands and make sure that they are what they say they are. Because as we've talked about ad nauseum on this network, the FDA doesn't regulate supplements, right? It's something that's sort of a wild, wild west. So if you are going to take it, just just make sure you're getting high quality things. And I kind of like your idea of using it as a reward. I've never heard of that.
And should we ever be concerned when we see supplements or vitamins that say, 1,000% of your daily intake or suggest? I mean, the 1,000 to 2,000% always freaks me out. Are you going to pee it out?
Ridiculous numbers, right? So there's water soluble and fat soluble, right? A, D, E, and K are fat soluble. Everything else is water soluble, meaning if you do take too much of it, you should theoretically, pee it out, as you said, but you still want to watch out for getting things in toxic doses. They can have side effects. I was toxic in vitamin D once. When I was in college, I started taking vitamin D. I tested my levels. It was like 3 times the upper limit of normal. So obviously I had to stop doing that. So it can happen even to us doctors. So be mindful of what you're taking.
Got it. So I guess to hydration.
To hydration,
now
LA
go
style.
Find some fiber. Dr. Akshay Sayal, thank you so very much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.